Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we hike to Cataract Falls in the Mount Tamalpais watershed of Marin County. Along the way, we will see flowing creeks, lovely forests, raging waterfalls, and of course, too many damn people. This and much more on this Introverted Travels. We're back on yet another adventure, and today, as you might be able to hear, well, I'm in the middle of nowhere by a river. I'm on the trail to Cataract Falls in the Mount Tamalpais watershed here in Marin County. Now, always in Marin County, but I've got to make this fast because unfortunately the parking area, which isn't much of a parking area, was full of people. I've seen people on the trail, I've seen people gawking, I've seen people taking pictures, and my misery index and my blood pressure are way, way up. According to All Trails, this is a 7.5 mile hike. I'm doing a loop. I'm going through beautiful forests. I'm going past beautiful rivers, loop, blah, blah, blah. Of course, add 1 to 2 miles on that. So it's probably an 8 or 9 mile hike. And of course, I had to cut because I got interrupted by people. This is gonna be one of those videos today, folks. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because there's beautiful things, there's forests that you need to see. And you don't need to listen to me ramble and ramble and ramble. I don't know, maybe some of you like that thing, but there's more people coming. So let's get this done, and let's go. Yes, habitat restoration is the only reason not to enter this area. Not anything about, you know, falling to your death and die. No, we're worried about the plants. Scary. Very, very scary. But beautiful. But yeah, I'll leave the plants alone and I'll stay on this side of the sign. Thank you very much. Waterfall! Unfortunately, the first mile of this trail has been utter and complete hell. You want to talk about Disneyland on the 4th of July? Try the Cataract Trail in the middle of January. But a lot of cool sights, cool bridges, cool waterfalls that you'll see in this video are all at the beginning, and they're relatively easy to get to from the trail, so of course they come. Gawking, talking, saying good morning. So it's been a complete and total and utter hell here on the first mile or so of the Cataract Trail. There's people everywhere. And it just reminds me how much I really hope the species dies away and we get Planet of the Dogs. Because dogs aren't going to bug me when I'm trying to film a waterfall. Dogs are not going to say good morning. They're going to lick my hand, beg for food, and then scamper away, as God intended. All right, so you know the problem with this waterfall hike? There's too many damn waterfalls on it, and way too close to the trailhead. Again, there's been nothing but people. I finally found a little bit of an enclave here where there's just me, but any given second now, my hopes and my dreams and my mental solitude could shatter. And the nightmares could pass me on the trail again. Nightmares, of course, being other people. But at the moment, I'm alone. So, yeah. I'm probably about a mile and a half in, and I'm hoping that now, I'm hoping that this is the last damn waterfall, because, yeah, these are the tourist attractions. This is what's bringing out the people, and there's people coming. Oh, heaven have mercy on my soul. All right, folks, do me a favor. If you absolutely have to be selfish and bring multiple children into this world, which I have no idea why A, you would want to, because you've seen this place, and B, why you think that's okay, because have you seen this place? But if you absolutely must, please teach them to be quiet on the trail and not to scream right in the ear of the innocent bald hiker who's just trying to pass him on the trail. I swear, this kid had to be 5 feet from me, screamed out, "Look at that fall!" You know, in reference to the waterfall. And it was like I had Ozzy Osbourne right here singing Crazy Train. My ear still hurts. I mean, the decibels on that kid. This is why I prefer dogs. I mean, they don't have muzzles for children, do they? All right, so this has been a damn hard hike to film, because every time I turn on the camera, people. Oh, needless to say, I'm not happy. I'm a grumpopotamus, or a grumposaurus, or a grumpnoceros, or no, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a happy, bald, weird, middle-aged man at all. And I'm getting jumpy. I hear a leaf falling. I'm like, is that a person? Is that a child? Is that a person with a child? Oh. It's bad here in the Bay Area, folks. I suggest never, ever come to the Bay Area, ever, for any reason. Because there's people here. Too many damn people. But, look where I am. Okay, so, here's the true narrative. Is I am past, I hope, I'm past the main falls. I have just passed through the campground that's up here. And now I am continuing on the loop. And I had to cut because other people. This is probably going to be my lowest rated trail ever, because this is giving me Disneyland vibes. I mean, there's no people dressed as pirates or giant bears or anything, but there's children, and that's bad enough. All right, so before I'm bombarded with more humanity, I'm going to cut this short, but yeah, this is beautiful. So, apparently, I was on the wrong trail. So the last segment I filmed, completely off path. Of course, all trails being the most wonderful app, most functional app that you could ever use while hiking. Didn't send me any sort of alert or, you know, vibrate or anything to let me know I was like half a mile off the trail. But, yeah, okay, I think I corrected it. But it was easy to miss this trail. It's a little nondescript. It's not as worn as the one by the creek, because this might be the path of no people. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, because I swear my head is about to explode. There has been so many people today. I'm sweet and innocent, and I don't need to be exposed to that. But alas, I think we're on the right path. And we're headed deeper and deeper into the woods. And you know how much I love going deeper and deeper into the woods. Well, this is definitely better. So, I've hardly seen any other hikers for the past 45 minutes. I've seen a couple, but not like before. Oh, heavens. The amount of people that I saw before is the amount of people I want to see in about a 10-year period across the globe. But unfortunately, they were all concentrated in that one area. But now I'm out here by myself. I'm wandering through the woods, making random rants into a GoPro, the way nature intended. And all is good. I mean, check this out, it's beautiful. Look at the trees. There's apparently some sort of outhouse up there, but hey, you know what? That's God's outhouse. Thank you very much. But, yeah. I'm happier than I was. The misery index is lowering. However, the unfortunate thing is, this is a loop trail, and it's gonna send me right back in the middle of the first mile stretch, which is where all the tourists and the waterfalls are. So, I'm gonna enjoy the calm while I can, enjoy the peace while I can, try to savor it, and try to calm myself before I'm back in that storm. Oh, once again, Bay Area hikes and fire roads. In this case, a flooded fire road. But I swear, every hike I do in the Bay Area, there's a fire road associated with it in one way or another. I mean, yeah, I get fire roads in other areas too, but something consistent about the Bay Area and fire roads. I don't know what it is, and it could just be, you know, All Trails is on crack. Wait, okay, All Trails is on crack. That is actually a statement of fact, not, you know, if. No, it is. All Trails is on crack. Possibly math, definitely PCP. But it stitches these hikes together based on, you know, the trails that are around. And so, you know, if there's two trails that are a couple of miles apart and it sees a fire road, it says, ooh, go down the fire road. So, get a lot of fire roads. Or it could be a Bay Area thing. I don't know. This isn't deep philosophy, folks. But, yeah. All of that is to say, I'm on a fire road, which at the moment is dubbing as a creek bed. So, yeah. But no people. I haven't seen another person in like half an hour. It's great. This is glorious. I got rushing water. I've got flooded trails / fire road. I mean, what else could I want in life? Aside from, you know, extinction level meteor strike that only my family and I survive. And my dog, and all dogs. Everybody else, bye-bye, but all dogs. All right, that's enough of that stupidity. I got more hiking to do. Let's go. Well, you gotta give it to All Trails for selecting trails that are horribly affected by seasonal conditions. And a lot of people will say that, well, you know, they can't predict the weather and blah, 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 but you're wrong. All Trails knows. They know. Here's how I know. Because they want to kill me. They've been trying to kill me for almost 2 years now. But still, this trail, way better than what I encountered earlier. I would much rather be on this trail than with a whole bunch of other people. In fact, I will take a canoe and paddle down this trail before I will willingly hang out on a trail with like 200 people. That's how dedicated to my version of introversion I am. But so far, this has actually been pretty lovely. It is quiet. I'm by a creek. I have seen a few people. There's some picnic benches back there with people on it. And unfortunately, I did see some mountain bikers on part of the fire road. So those toddlers are going that way. But yeah, so far, this part of the hike has been very, very nice. And it's beautiful. I mean, look at all the green. There's a creek. You can't see it, but you can definitely hear it. It's over there somewhere. But yeah, got another flooded trail. But that's okay, I am actually not complaining. I don't mind as long as, you know, it doesn't come up to my navel. So, let's get going and let's finish this thing. Well, this is pretty cool. It's not a waterfall, but or not much of one at least. But yeah, this is way out in the middle of the forest where there's nobody around, so I have complete control over just standing here and staring at it. Okay, it's not very high. It's not a huge, you know, like gushing falls, but there's no people, so that's good. That's like golden. I'll take this over a gigantic 100,000-foot waterfall with 100,000 people around it any day. It's too many people, and unfortunately waterfalls are a too many people magnet. So I'll take rapids over rocks. There's your nature for you today, folks. Rapid over rocks. You're welcome. Well, I just got about 3 or 4 minutes of having to listen to a bunch of trail hikers talk about one of their friends' ex-husband and how he mooched off the wife, and I don't need to know this. I don't need to hear it. It has nothing to do with me. It's in a world away, and I don't care. I don't care. Second of all, I've said this so many times. I figure that if I say it every single video, it might sink through the hard skulls of the people that come out here and do this type of stuff. But then again, those skulls are kind of thick. So unfortunately, I had to listen to that crap. But I'm making progress. I did some photography. Looks like I'm out of the woods, at least at the moment. I got a few miles left, about 3.5. But yeah, I can avoid other people. But unfortunately, I'm about to head back to where I started, which is People Central. So more rants coming. Wonderful. Well, we've reached the lake. So I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video because I was frantically trying to get away from all the people. But yeah, I drove in over a dam, which apparently blocks up this lake, which I'm assuming is probably runoff because it's also filthy. But yeah, I'm assuming it's runoff from all the creeks that are around here because we've seen like 20 of them so far. All right, I'm about 2 miles away, and I know I'm getting closer and closer to my car because I'm seeing more and more and more people. So I'm paranoid as hell. I'm hearing people in the distance. I'm hearing people in the woods. And it's not just paranoia, it's actual people out there. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here before they catch up to me. And yeah, we'll be back in the really busy part soon, and all that's gonna be fun. Let's go. All right, so I'm under 2 miles away, 1.9 or something like that. So what I'm gonna do, since I know I am headed back in that stretch of trail that I first started on, which was loaded with people, I'm gonna go ahead and do my trail rating and my misery index. Now, remember how we rate trails? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst possible scenario for an introvert of any kind, and that's Disneyland on the 4th of July, with the screaming and the hollering and the loud noises and the people in like animal costumes running around. Absolute nightmare. Versus a 10, which is the middle of a field in Antarctica, and the number of people you'd find there, which is just you and the penguins. That is absolute nirvana, heaven, whatever you want to call it, for an introvert such as myself. So on a scale of 1 to 10, this trail is going to get a 1.5. maybe a 2. It is one of the busiest trails, and unfortunately it slams that busyness at you at the very start of the trail. So you come out here to relax and you're immediately slammed with, you know, people gawking and people talking and people blocking the trail and kids screaming and so definitely affected the ratings. The part where I was just meandering through the woods was great. I saw a few people, but nowhere near, you know, that. And so that would, if I were rating just that piece alone, that would probably be a 4, 5, or 6. But the entire trail, I was not impressed because of that first part. So 1.5 to 2. However, I'm also here on a Sunday and on a weekend. Might be different during the middle of the week because most of San Francisco is, you know, making money and doing drugs or whatever the hell they do in San Francisco. I have no idea. But yeah, so that's where we are on the trail rating. And of course the misery index is subjective for any point on the trail where I am at any given time. So at the beginning it was an absolute 5,000, scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being a pipe dream, that's no misery. Of course I'm always miserable to some degree. And then a 5 being the worst misery ever. I was at 500,000. But right now I'm about a 2, maybe 2.5. You know, there's a few people out here. I know they're around, but they haven't shown up that much, so I'm okay. But that's where we are on the ratings today. And I'm gonna get the hell out of here before I get, you know, bombed by more freaking hikers. I'm back to my car, and unfortunately I just couldn't film before I got here. There's people everywhere. There's even more people than when I started. It's a nightmare, but at least I'm leaving. But before I say goodbye, quick recap. Today we did the Cataract Falls trail. It's a big loop. Along the way we saw beautiful waterfalls, we saw beautiful trees, and as you can probably hear from the noises behind me, we saw way too many freaking people. But I'm going home. I'm getting out of here. And I'm gonna go hide in my bed. But you know what's coming next. Stay introverted, everyone. And I'll see you in the next adventure.